to the folder. You can access the Meet recordings folder, everyday lectures. Yes or no? Students, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I'm asking whether the recorded videos are accessible to you or not. Have you tried to access them or not? I'm not getting any response from your side. I can see there are 13 students. Lesh Ram Nitish.
Yes, sir.
Have you tried to access the recorded lectures?
Yes, sir.
So that means it is accessible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Still if anybody faces the problem, Deepak, what is your opinion? You can access it.
No, sir.
So where is the problem?
Sir, sir, it is not found in Google Classroom. Sir, the recording
No,
lectures we
it
have.
is not there in Google Classroom. When you will access the lecture,
Yes, sir.
so the link is there. I will share with you the link, the channel. If you are not able to access it, just put me a request. Repeatedly, I am saying again and again, simply drop me a message on WhatsApp group, either material testing group or even my personal number. So I will drop the direct link to the lectures also.
Okay, sir.
I'm uploading last 2 weeks lecture. I have uploaded since 11th of May. I have uploaded on to my YouTube channel video from 11th of May. So if you are having that link, you can access the channel and you can hear the videos direct straight away from there. So unless until you are not going to put a request to me, you are not going to tell me, how am I going to find out that you are not able to access it when I am repeatedly asking the same question? That simply means either you are not interested in it. Is it like that? It is for your benefit, whatever, if you are having any doubt anytime, you can go through it, hear that lecture, whatever discussion we had, and simply need not to go to notes or something. You can just go to the video recording. Okay, let us start for today. We have left here on 20th of May, that is yesterday, and whatever required discussion is there corresponding to the quality control of concrete, we are broadly we are discussing the things. So that's have you started making the notes as I asked yesterday also? Are you making your personal own written notes?
Yes, sir.
Very good, very good. So actually, you have to just let us say make out the heading of that particular article, because the discussion we are already having, just as it is highlighted here, rebar. So if you are writing in your notes copy rebar, how the rebarring, how the uh, winding of the bar should be done, discussion we are having, you can have a concept from here in the classroom. and whatever notes you have prepared, you will be immediately when you will open your notes copy, you will see what is meant by rebar or what is meant by the storage, what are the salient points sir had told, and what is the in between the lines quotient of that particular article. So rebarring, these are the tolerances given for scaffolding work, for placing the cover block. That cover block, it should be 25 mm. It should be of concrete, or you can see, say, brick piece, whatever it is there, it has been mentioned. So to follow the drawings of specifications, that what are the tolerance limits for each value or each item. So if as far as cover is concerned, it should be within plus minus 25 mm, and effective height, center spacing. Rebarring shall be fabricated tightly so that not to move when concrete is poured. That is means that whatever cage you have prepared, we wind it using small metal wire of around 0.8 mm. So if it is properly winded, that means the cage which is having cover blocks also at the bottom. There is formwork, or we can say sheeting. Then within the formwork, we have got cover blocks on all the sides. And within that cover block, then we place the cage of the element whichsoever we are constructing. If it is a beam, then it will be a under, that is the bottom reinforcement, top reinforcement, and the shear stirrups. Similarly, for a column, there will be longitudinal reinforcement, and we will be having transverse reinforcement, that is horizontal ties. So there also, first there will be formwork in the vertical direction, then we will be having cover blocks on the sides. So those cover blocks are wound into the formwork. Then we lower the cage of the reinforcement. So before lowering the cage, as we have discussed yesterday, rusting should not be there, corrosion should not be there, proper lapping considerations, lap length should be cut like that only, that it is taking care of, that lapping should not come close to the beam column joint. All these points are at the planning stage. Now rebar, it is not allowed to move when the concrete is poured. अगर आपने कवर ब्लॉक नीचे लगाया है और आपका केज प्रॉपर्ली फिक्स्ड है, बट कंक्रीटिंग के टाइम अगर आपका केज मूव हो जाता है, आपका कवर ब्लॉक हट गया, आपका केज नीचे चला गया, रिइंफोर्समेंट नीचे चला गया बॉटम पे फॉर्मवर्क के, तो क्या होगा? व्हाट इज गोइंग टू हैपन? The surface of the reinforcement will be very close to the exposed surface of the concrete. अगर 4 या 5 mm बचता है सिर्फ नीचे, तो it can always be corroded. The reinforcement can be corroded out of the extreme moisture conditions or extreme worst weather conditions, climatic conditions existing in that particular site. So tightening of the rebars using this 0.8 mm wire is very much necessary, so that during pouring of the concrete, the cage should not be disturbed. These are the figures which have been shown here corresponding to the iron wire. हमने साइड पर आपने कभी देखा भी होगा, अगर आप गए होंगे तो एक पतली सी वायर होती है रिइंफोर्समेंट को बांधने के लिए. Have you seen it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so it has also got a specification. ऐसा नहीं है कि वो कैसे भी उठा के कोई सी भी वायर ले आएंगे. It has also got specification. It is also tested wire. Then we have got plastic caps. Actually, these caps are used where we do the lapping work. या हम कहीं पर उसको connect करते हैं. They are used as connectors in between the longitudinal reinforcement also. So based upon the where the connection is required, we use. Sometimes people use welding also for lapping at the place of lapping, or even for connecting the cage also. The spacers shall be, spacers means the जो cover blocks होते हैं आपके, प्यूमिस स्टोन हो गया, कंक्रीट का ब्लॉक हो गया, मॉर्टर का भी ब्लॉक बनाते हैं. मॉर्टर जो होता है हमारा लाइम मॉर्टर या सीमेंट मॉर्टर, सिंपली सीमेंट मॉर्टर का ब्लॉक बना के हम उसे एज ए कवर ब्लॉक यूज करते हैं. डू यू नो व्हाट इज कवर ब्लॉक? What is a cover block? That is called spacer here. So spacing giving the cover to the reinforcement, clear cover. जैसे अगर हम सिंपली बीम की बात करें तो बीम में 25 mm का कवर होता है. तो जो 25 दैट इज 1 इंच का जो ब्लॉक होता है, मॉर्टर ब्लॉक हो सकता है, वो लाइमस्टोन ब्लॉक हो सकता है, लाइम सिंपली लाइम मॉर्टर का ब्लॉक हो सकता है, कोई फिक्स्ड मार्बल पीस हो सकता है विच इज एग्जैक्टली स्टिकिंग टू द 25 mm डायमेंशन, और इट कैन बी anything else, anything can be used here, but not other than these categories, because it is left out into the concrete. वो concrete में रह जाता है, उसको निकालते नहीं है, तो इसलिए wood वगैरह यूज करना is not suggestible. Commonly used spacers are made of mortar, concrete, steel, plastic, and the like as shown in figure 5.4.2. Suitable spacers are required to be selected. The best one is actually we use either concrete or mortar cubes. Plastic and these are used at special places, as it has been written soffit, that is at the bottom of the beam. We use it as plastic spacer. For wall, for maintaining a distance, and there is also a specification corresponding to that how many spacers should be provided for one particular meter square of the area. So it is 4 pieces per 1 meter square of the area. This is again coming into the quality control of concrete. अगर आपने ये वाला जो वैल्यू है 4 पीसेस पर स्क्वायर मीटर, इसको कम कर दिया आपने, तो क्या होगा, एक स्पेसर से दूसरे स्पेसर का डिस्टेंस बढ़ जाएगा. व्हाट विल हैपन, द रीइंफोर्समेंट मे सैग, द रीइंफोर्समेंट मे सैग at the formwork, towards the formwork. Sagging can be there, and that sagging will reduce the effective cover, and again we will be having problem out of that reduced cover. So this is a typical figure where we can see we have got staggered spacers. So we are able to cover, that is 500. So if you are keeping it staggered, then it is good. 50 centimeter intervals, so between each of them. So I hope you will remember this particular figure if it is being asked in exam directly or indirectly. अगर आपको एग्जाम में क्वालिटी कंट्रोल ऑफ कंक्रीट के ऊपर हम इतना लंबा डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, अगर आपको you will remember some of the points if you are able to write 10 to 15 points with a proper explanation. More than enough for you to fetch good marks. Formwork and false work. So it is just that even for placing the formwork, that is the shuttering work, the shuttering is the most important part of any concreting project, any RCC project. Shuttering loose nahi honi chahiye. The shape you require of the column, of the pedestal, of the beam, of the slab, of the haunch, in case it is a flat slab system, whatever shape you require, you need to have a mold of your shuttering according to that exactly same. And it should be exactly tight using the foam sheeting. शटरिंग में अंदर हम ऑयलिंग करके एक फोम शीटिंग भी लगाते हैं, सो दैट फोम शीटिंग which is removed afterwards ensures that we have got the proper surface which we want out of the structural design of concrete. So appropriate calculation, the use of the material based on shape and dimension of the designed concrete structure, because whatever you have designed into the design office is only going to materialize if your shuttering work is correct. अगर आपका शटरिंग वर्क कंक्रीटिंग के टाइम खुल जाता है या लूज हो जाता है, जैसा हमने अब से कोई 3 या 4 लेक्चर पीछे डिस्कस किया था, you are executing the concreting work of a multi-story building which is 15 story high, but at the 4th floor in a particular beam you don't know that a particular shuttering work has been opened up and the concrete is going out of it, and you are checking it out after 2 to 3 days. By that time the concrete has already hardened a lot, that it is required to be removed by hammering. So that will disturb the configuration or monolithic homogeneous constitutional bonding of the constituents. So this is only possible to be avoided if we are doing everything in a planned manner. Assembling and checking, this is the role of a civil engineer or site engineer, that starting from the survey lines, from the lines, every setting lines, the engineer shall confirm accuracy of the works in every manner, such as horizontal line, vertical alignment of the column, covering to rebars, fixing conditions and others. So this all is being done before the actual pouring of the concrete. अगर आपको spacing of the rebar, spacing of the reinforcement check करना है, तो वो आप concreting से पहले ही कर सकते हो, बाद में नहीं कर सकते. There is no way out to check it afterwards. So there has to be a rigorous checking of every floor, every beam, every column, every footing before the actual pouring of that particular floor concrete. अगर आपको एक दिन में एक फ्लोर का कंक्रीटिंग होना है, तो एटलीस्ट यू हैव टू रिगोरसली check that particular floor. Every shuttering, whether it is loose or not, by hitting it you can check it out. You can check each and every nut and bolt, or your deputy at the site is going to check it out and you have to supervise your deputy. The final inspection is required for formwork and false work before pouring concrete, as to secure safety during the pouring on, satisfy the required tolerance of the structures. Now here we can say we are a column is out of plumb. A column is out of plumb. If it is out of plumb and later on, after let's say 5 days, after 5 days you make it out that this particular column is out of plumb. What is the use of it? Nothing. You cannot do anything after 5 days. That column is having 5 centimeter out of plumb, as it has been shown here, at let us say 4 stories above. चौथे फ्लोर पे जाके वो 5 सेंटीमीटर का डायमेंशन दे रहा है जो आउट ऑफ प्लम्ब है. सो एवरीथिंग, एवरी एक्सियल लोड, दैट इज पी, जो ऊपर से एक्सियल लोड आ रहा है, दैट एक्सियल लोड विल कन्वर्ट इनटू मोमेंट. तो जो कॉलम डिजाइन हुआ था 0.46 पी एफ सी के प्लस 0.67 मोमेंट के लिए, उसका मोमेंट वाला कोफिशिएंट बढ़ जाएगा, एक्सियल लोड रिड्यूस हो जाएगा, एसेंट्रिसिटी भी आ रही है और मोमेंट भी आ रहा है. सो व्हाट इज इट हैज बिकम एन इंक्लाइंड कॉलम इंस्टेड ऑफ अ वर्टिकल कॉलम. Manufacturing, mixing of concrete. So these are the salient points which are required to be documented in your constructional plan. These all are those point in different categories. So this is a category of formwork and false work. This is a category under rebar works, and these all are the things which are required to be jotted down during your constructional plan. If your planning work is good enough to take care of these small things, that means you have been able to safeguard your project 80 to 90%. Because rest of the things is during the pouring of the concrete and during the hardening state of the concrete, which is relatively less in your control. Becomes less in your control because if you have not planned it earlier. So mixing of concrete, that is mixed design, should be properly documented. Mixed design should be properly documented. जो grading curve है वो properly documented होना चाहिए. Brand of the cement should be properly documented because it will highly interfere with the initial setting time and final setting time of the concrete. Accordingly, evolution heat is going to be calculated. Every calculation is based on that. अगर आपका fast setting cement है तो उसके according concrete को plan किया जाएगा. Because there are two things. One is the design office, जहाँ पे maybe आपका constructional plan document होगा, and there is another office which is execution office, जहाँ पे आपका project execute होगा. तो दोनों offices अगर अलग हैं, the construction plan development has been outsourced to a third party vendor. तो वो लोग अपने हिसाब से आपका पॉइंट salient points मैप करके भेजेंगे और आपको पहले उसको पढ़ना है एग्जीक्यूशन साइट पर और उसको अंडरस्टैंड करना है. अगर लो हीट सीमेंट है, हाई हीट सीमेंट है, that will depend that how you are going to plan your own concreting work at the site. Then measurement method of the each material, it has to be documented. Weight batching, volume batching, what type of batching you are going to use for different materials. Mixing time, the sequence of mixing, how you are going to do it. Then transportation. एक तो आप लेट अस से अगर 15 स्टोरी बिल्डिंग पे आप मशीन मिक्सिंग से ही एग्जीक्यूट कर रहे हो तो कितना टाइम लगेगा मॉर्टर सीमेंट को रेडी होने के बाद 15th फ्लोर तक पहुंचने में. वेदर इट विल टेक 20 मिनट्स, 30 मिनट्स और मोर देन दैट. अगर आप रेडीली मिक्स कंक्रीट बाहर से मंगा रहे हो, इट इज नॉट फ्रॉम द साइट, देन व्हाट इज द टाइम इट इज गोइंग टू टेक to transport from the vendor site where actually the concrete has already been manufactured to the site where you are standing and the concrete has to be poured. What is the transportation time in between? What are the temperature conditions which are temperature conditions and water cement ratio that is going to be maintained within that within that RMC truck? That are the things which are required to be documented in your construction plan. And these are the things which are required to be kept in mind for proper quality control of concrete. So if in bullet points you have to write down, if in bullet points you have to write down 10 to 20 points and explain them in 2 to 3 lines. So you can simply write down these points and explain them in 2 to 3 lines each for each point. Transporting of manufactured concrete, as I just told, what is the transportation method? That is, of course, it is going to be ready mix concrete truck. RMC truck आपने देखा भी होगा, उसमें ही जाता है. कोई means of transportation कोई अलग नहीं है. अगर बहुत close है, Sometimes it happen अगर site आपके बहुत ज़्यादा close है, then maybe it is transferred through the pipes. Estimated time of transportation, this we have seen, because it is going to interfere with slump, air content, increasing of temperatures. Then we have got pouring, inspection or checking of the poured portions. अगर आपकी एक राफ्ट है, वो राफ्ट आपकी 1000 स्क्वायर मीटर्स में फैली हुई है. 1000 square meters is close to 300 meter on one side. So 300 meter बहुत बड़ा एक dimension है. तो various inspectors, various site engineers and supervisors should be there to inspect each and every part of their raft foundation. कवर ब्लॉक जो हमने 4 numbers per square meter मेंशन किया है, राफ्ट में ये बहुत डोमिनेंट हो जाता है कि प्रॉपर नंबर ऑफ स्पेसर्स आर देयर, हैंगर बार्स इज देयर, whether any hanger bar is dislocated or not, because usually the thickness of the raft foundation is 1 meter. You can assume अगर 1 meter thickness है raft foundation की, तो how important it becomes. उसके केज के ऊपर आप चलोगे तो पूरा reinforcement ही reinforcement आपको दिखाई देगा. Even I myself, when I was into the design office, once have found a problem in detailing. The bottom reinforcement, one layer was completely not there. It was completely missing from there. So I have asked the site engineer, as in the capacity of the designer, that where is the bottom layer of this particular reinforcement between the two columns. So that is the role of a site civil engineer. Area or place is poured by one-time sequence of pouring. Sequence of pouring means आप कंक्रीट कहाँ से ला रहे हो. अगर आप साइट पर ही ट्रांजिट मिक्सर यूज कर रहे हो तो you have to keep moving your transit mixer. अगर 300 मीटर स्पैन एक साइड है तो आप उसको मूव भी कर सकते हो अपने ट्रांजिट मिक्सर को. सो अगर बिल्कुल एक्सट्रीम 300 मीटर लास्ट में आपकी कंक्रीट को पोर होना है और उसको आप जीरो से स्टार्ट करके वहां तक लेके जाओगे, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी इनकरेक्ट वे आउट व्हेन यू कैन ऑलवेज मूव योर ट्रांजिट मिक्सर टू द एंड ऑफ द 300 meter span. Now this is very important point and I will highlight it with a box also. Although they are all equally important, but some points are there which are very important, and they include the consensus of the quality control of the concrete. Number, size and capacity of vibrators. Let us say again, I am saying 1000 meter square area of a raft foundation is there, and you have got only 2 to 3 vibrating needles. So do you think it is correct? Over a 1000 meter square area, only 2 to 3 vibrating needles, because at the same time at least 4 transit mixers will be working to pour concrete into such a huge raft. So with 4 different locations of pouring of the concrete, if we have got 3 vibrating needles, that is insufficient number. So what is the number of the vibrating needle? What is the capacity of the vibrating needle? And how much area it is going to serve at a moment? What are the alternatives if one of the vibrating needle malfunctions? तो क्या आपके पास बैकअप के लिए वाइब्रेटिंग निडल है जब आपकी एक्चुअली कंक्रीट पोर हो चुकी है और वाइब्रेशन उसको रिक्वायर्ड है एट दैट पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, ड्यू टू द हैवी वर्क गोइंग ऑन, आपकी वाइब्रेटिंग निडल खराब हो जाती है, तो आप क्या करोगे? You will wait for purchasing a new vibrating needle? No. So these all comes into the construction planning stage for a good quality concreting work to go ahead. Then curing. Since curing period varies depending upon the outside only average temperatures. Again, as we have discussed yesterday, what are the local weather conditions? What are the weather and climatic conditions during that, uh, I should say, week? Let us say from 15th June to 22nd of June, where the monsoon starts. So, have you planned for that monsoon that 1 week? Have you gone through the temperature conditions? Whether it is going to be rainy for next day or not, or it is not going to be like that. So it is like that. Period of curing for each structure. This are already documented in manuals for different kind of structural elements. That is for slab, how we are going to do the ponding work. For column, how we are going to execute the curing work. Quality control plan generally consists of two phases: purchase material control and execution of actually concreting. तो जब आपने मटेरियल को परचेज, उसको मेंटेन करके रखना, प्रॉपर मॉइस्चर कंडीशंस, केमिकल इंग्रेडिएंट्स, जो भी हमारे सीमेंट है, water is there, aggregates are there, fine aggregate plus the coarse aggregate is there. So all these have to be maintained during the procurement stage. Then we have got the execution stage. These are the two stages. So other, as we have seen the other day, the first lecture the day before yesterday, where there were two. The third one was the curing stage. That is the when there was a process of hardening of the fresh concrete was going on. So another purpose of the tolerance values, as we have seen the table above, what is the allowable ranges of the characteristic values could be there actually before initiating the project work. आपका कॉम्प्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ अगर 26.5 MPa आ रहा है, आपने जो भी क्यूब्स फिल करे हैं 1 मीटर क्यूब ऑफ कंक्रीट में, तो स्टार्टिंग में आपने जो मिक्स डिजाइन बना था, मिक्स डिजाइन के अकॉर्डिंग आपने कंक्रीट के क्यूब्स बनाए. कंक्रीट के, बिकॉज इट विल अगेन, मिक्स डिजाइन विल डिपेंड अपॉन द सोर्स ऑफ द मटेरियल. As we have discussed yesterday, you are client, let us say you are client, and you have approached a consultant for the mixed design of your project. You are supposed to tell him that these are the sources for water, for cement, for fine aggregate, for coarse aggregate, for add mixtures. This is the things, and accordingly the consultant is going to provide you with the mixed design. Now that mixed design will be checked after preparing the concrete, and the cubes will be tested again into the laboratory. There you are getting for 25 MPa concrete, you are getting strengths 26.5, 27 MPa. So plus minus values are also required to be documented into your constructional plan to make sure that everything goes smooth. Compressive strength, because why I have highlighted here, compressive strength is one of the most important criteria or parameter to give you an overall picture of your project work going on smoothly or not. अगर आपका टारगेट स्ट्रेंथ 25 MPa है और जो आप साइट पे क्यूब्स के सैंपल ले रहे हो, उसको 14 डेज में या 28 डेज में टेस्ट करने के बाद 15 MPa आपको स्ट्रेंथ मिल रही है, that means there is something wrong very much critically. So you have to make your own plans that how I can make sure that I am having a target strength of M25 MPa, whether my concreting work is going on according to the mixed design or not. Items of quality control for material. That is why there are two stages. One is procurement and maintaining that quality control of the material at your level, and the second is the execution of the concreting work. So as far as procurement and maintaining the quality control of the material is concerned, this is how it is being done. Please drop your attendance into the chat window. You are, just a minute.